Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is RAFIDAH binti BASAR. So today I will present about a company Asia. So the first one I will present about the company background of Asia. Second, I will explain about the types of segment, and the third one is the chart of organization in Asia. First, the company background. AirAsia was established in 1993 and began operation on 18 November 1996. Next, AirAsia is a Malaysia multinational low-cost airlines headquarters near Kuala Lumpur. So this is the large airline in Malaysia by fleet size and destination. So AirAsia Group operate scheduled domestic and international flight to more than 165 destinations spanning 25 countries all over the world. So next, the main base AirAsia is in KLIA 2, and the low-cost courier terminal at Kuala Lumpur in its international airport KLIA in Sepang, Selangor, which means the first KLIA. Next, the number of staff for Asia is almost more than 20,000 people, and with a market capitalization of just over than RM 9.7 million. So next, Asia has consistently been named as the world's best low-cost courier for 11 years by Skytrax in a row in international travel, and airline awards include latest awards in 2019. Management approach. First factor to considering having a segment reporting. Second, types of segment, and third is the chart of account on organization. Factor to consider having a segment reporting for Asia. First is the nature of product and service, which is an entity may produce the report in which its business activities are present in a variety of ways. So second, nature of product process, which is the technology process, transport process, and the storage process. The third one is type of class customer. First is B2B. B2B means business to business, and then what they operate, buying behavior, or second B2C. B2C, which mean business to customer. First is location, profile, buying behavior, usage, and loyalty. So the last one is method used that Asia used to distribute product and service. So how the product and service are being delivered to the customer. Type of segment. Asia have a three type of segment. First one is a geographic segmentation, which mean focusing their service primarily in Asia, which mean Asia focus on ASEAN country. And the second is demographic segmentation, which being a low-cost airline. So what I can say is now Asia currently is the low-cost airline that most people love to use for travel. Then next is physical for psychographic segmentation, which main customer is the conscious traveler. For Asia, they have a 6 director, which mean the first one is Datuk Kamarudin Maranun, and then Tan Sri Tony Fernandez. So this 2 person is a director but non-independent executive in chairman in the Asia. So next, Dato' Abdul Aziz, which is a non-independent and non-executive director Malaysia. So Dato' Abdul Aziz has a membership of a few board of committee, which means first one is chairman of the risk management committee, member of audit committee, member of nomination and remuneration committee. Next, Dato' Mohamed Kada. Dato' Mohamed Kada is independent non-executive director. So he has a few committees also. which is Chairman on Audit Committee, Member of the Risk Management Committee, Member of the Safety Review Board. Next, Datuk Famli B, which Senior Independent for a non-executive director for Malaysia. So membership of the board committee is a chairman of the nomination and remuneration committee, member of audit committee, member of the risk management committee. Then the last one is Stuart Eldin, independent non-executive director, American. So the committee is membership of the board committee is chairman of safety review board, member of the nomination and remuneration committee, and member of the risk management committee.
My name is NORZALILAWATY Binti and I'm going to explain about segmental report. In financial reporting literature, such components of expenses that are reviewed separately by management from a decision-making perspective and for which separate financial information is available are called operating segment. Operating segment in the company will be analyzed using quantitative 10% threshold method for identify which business is reportable or non-reportable. This is can calculate from different bases. First, based on revenue, second, based on profit and loss, and third, based on total asset. For our assignment, we are using 10% threshold based on total revenue. If the task exceeds 10% threshold, then will be classified the segment as reportable. If not, the business will be classified as non-reportable. Let's take a look at the segmental formation statement in AZHARUDIN Financial Reporting 2020. For calculate 10% threshold test, since we're using formula based on revenue, first of all, we have to sum up all segment revenue, which is total amounted 6,194,012, and from there we are going to calculate 10% threshold test by dividing revenue from each segment with total revenue earlier. For instance, as you can see on screen, we calculate revenue for each segment dividing with total revenue. As example, revenue Malaysia segment 2,034,615 divided by 6,194,012 resulting 32.8%. The calculation also goes same to other segment. From Asia report beside, we can calculate Malaysia, Thailand, and India are reportable as the report said exceed 10% threshold. And Philippines, Indonesia, Japan, and non-aligned segment revenue are non-reportable. As you can see, reportable segment 2020 versus 2019. 2019, AZHARUDIN got 5 reportable segments compared to 2020, which is reduced to 3 reportable segments, as well as their total revenue. This is because of pandemic situation and closed border. After determining reportable segment, we must show that the total revenue for those reportable segment is at least 70% of company total revenue. If 70% show they did not meet, additional report segment should be identified. First of all, calculate the all reportable revenue and divide with total revenue. The formula for the 70% test is total revenue from reputable segment divided to revenue after adjustment, as you can see on the screen, that resulting the total revenue attributable to those reputable segment is 18.1%. Therefore, no additional reputable segment should be identified as it is more than 70%.
And I'm going to present the new segmental report and the advantages and the disadvantages of the segmental report. Now let's take a look at the new figure of the segmental report of the AZHARUDIN Berhad. If we can see here, the total of revenue from external and inter-segment are amounted to be 9,579,615. Then, if we can well control the operating loss, and we can get the amount as amounted 2,695,442. And after that, we deduct the finance cost, plus with the finance cost and the profit or loss before tax. Right after that, we need to deduct the tax expense. but bear in mind, need to include from Malaysia and foreign tax. And lastly, we can get the profit after tax. Now let's take a look at the disadvantages. The first one, improved context. It means that these advantages for the stakeholder, which if earnings are reported higher than expected segment, reporting will show where are those earnings are coming from. Second one, separation of the profitable segment. This means that it is for the entity that operate in several categories or geographic locations, and segment reporting may discuss which sectors are profitable and which are having large profit. But when the segment reporting reveals that a company's international business operation is more profitable than its local operation, it may induce a strategy shift. It is also to avoid the directors from hiding the unprofitable ventures. And last one for the advantages is data administration. It means that segment reporting gives company leaders more discretion in how it determines how segments are well constructed and what metrics are reported. Now the disadvantages of the segmental report. The first one is manipulation of data. The information that is presented will lead to data manipulation if it's using the wrong format, and it will allow the management more discretion in determining how segments are built and what data will be provided. Because the managers might be combined together businesses with different business model. Can say so likely changes and manipulate the firm's data in order to attract shareholders and investors to invest in their business. Summary to this point, it is like a loophole for the business. Next is emphasize on the present. Means that it is a short-term number might be emphasized in segment reporting. As for example, if AirAsia might happen huge deficit before the right people and infrastructure in place, the losses in company overall profitable may not be reflected in the financial accounts. Slightly breaking out such figures and as a data point through reporting can put pressure on the firm to lower those losses in order to boost short-term profitability. And last but not least, it is for the allows misleading information to the investors. It is saying like although the nature and limitations of segment data are known to the internal users, the external users on the other hard time understanding how to use it in investing decisions. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is MUHAIMIN bin AZHARUDIN. I'm from FAR570, Najab 4A. Today topic about the MFRS 134 for interim report for AirAsia Group Berhad. The first one is AirAsia is basic of preparation. Discrete company should treat each interim period as a separate accounting period, follow the principle for deferral and equal use for annual reports. Okay, accounting policy have two types. The first one is borrowing cost and the second one is cash and cash equivalent. For the borrowing cost, any difference between the amount recorded as a borrowing and the associated redemption value is recognized in the profit or loss over the period of the borrowing. Okay, the second is state at amortized cost using the effective interest method. Okay, next is to the acquisition, construction or production of a qualified asset. For the cash and cash equivalent, is the first one is bank overdraft include within short-term borrowing in current liability in the statement of financial position. Okay, next is cash and cash equivalent include cash at bank balance, money, market instrument, deposit and other short-term highly liquid investment. Okay, the last is type of interim report for AirAsia Group Berhad. AirAsia Group Berhad report is quarterly, issued by the company once every 3 months.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is SITI HALIMAH HATTA. I would like to present on the period for the current and comparative of each statement prepared for the company. The AZHARUDIN Berhad accounting period will end of 31st December each year. The current and comparative period for each statement prepared by the company according to MFRS 134 interim financial reporting will be measured from 1st January 2020 to 31st March 2020, in which corresponds to the first interim quarter of AZHARUDIN Berhad in year 2020. For statement of financial position at the end of current interim reporting period is 3 months from 1st January 2020 to 31st March 2020. At the comparative statement of financial position of immediate preceding year's reporting period is 12 months from 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2020. Next, for statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, current interim reporting period is 1st January 2020 to 31st March 2020, and the cumulative statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income for the current financial year to date reporting period is 1st January 2019 to 31st March 2019. As for the statement of changes in equity and statement of cash flow, both will have exactly the same reporting period and reporting date, where cumulative for the current financial reporting 1st January 2020 to 31st March 2020, while the comparative for the immediate preceding financial year to the reporting period 1st January 2019 to 31st March 2019. For the last part of the presentation, we will make two adjustments. One of it is from property, plant and equipment, PPE, where AZHARUDIN purchased of PPE in 2020 amounting to 94,686,000, together with the proceeds from disposal of PPE amounting to 277,313,000. Second adjustment is about net loss of AZHARUDIN for the financial year ended 31st December 2020, where there is an increase of net loss amounting of 5,888,000 compared to previous net loss of only 283,000 as a result of the economic slowdown following to the COVID-19 pandemic.